So this is James's breakfast for today, and I'm going to pick at some of that apple and mango, but I'm going to show you how to peel a mango, how to work that out. I don't know if I'll be able to show you very well because I'm going to have to set the camera down, but you saw how I scored. I'm just going to hold it in front of the camera. See how I scored the mango? This is, you slice along the pit. So see, there's the pit and like that. So you slice like that. And you know where the pit's going to be because you've done this 1,000 times before. And then because you scored it like that, see, you can turn it like that, and then it's easy to slice around. So somebody today, or not today, yesterday was asking how he was like, do you eat the whole skin and everything? No, that's how you do it. This is the easiest way to do it. I mean, you could do it some other way if you like, but this is how I was taught to do it, and it works out really well. And if you've ever looked inside that, if you've tried to do a good job of cleaning off that, the mango seed in the middle, and you get all the hair in your teeth and you're like, oh, why do I do this every time? Gosh, that's good mango. But anyway, if you've ever done it, then you notice that it's like a white kind of, I don't know. It doesn't look like a seed. It looks like it's holding a seed, and that is actually the case. So I don't know how to describe it, but you know if you've ever had it. So, and you should, because mangoes are yum. And they're really not that hard to deal with. So anyway, you to get into the seed, it's actually a little bit of work, and I found the easiest way to do it because I'm really stubborn, and I love gardening, and I love planting seeds, and I just love seeds. So I need to get at the seed every time. I haven't had luck growing mangoes for long. I can get some of them to grow maybe about this tall, and then nothing, just like the avocados, they die for me. I can get them to go for a while, and then they just die. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. One day I'll figure it out. Anyway, set that down. Yum. I don't know why James is taking his time. His eggs are going to get cold. Anyway, so the easiest way to do it is to slice just along, like you can feel where it's thinner, and you can feel where the thick seed is in the skin stuff, right? But it's really hard and you can't pull it apart. So you let it dry out, and then you slice along. It's easiest if you let it dry out a bit. And then you slice along where it's thin. And then you can kind of pry it open and get that out. And it looks like a giant bean in there. And you can plant that and it grows. As long as you haven't munched it up trying to get to it. So, why I brought these out is because today is the seed swap day. And so I'll just take one of these, I guess, and show you. I have a whole bunch of seeds packaged. I could show you any of these, really. All of them. Well, that one's not a great one to show, and this one's all taped up. So I'm going to just take a package out of here. So, see how I made these tags this year to make it easier to see what it is and everything, because my handwriting's not good, and I realize that. And Also, it's easier on me to just print off a bunch of these tags, and it was actually really affordable. I did it at the public library. And I didn't put a date on here because I figured, well, you know, I can just keep a sheet and photocopy it for next year, and then I can put a date. And I forgot to put a date on, I was just going to write the date on by hand. Well, I forgot to do that. So, all of my seeds that I'm giving away at the swap, they're all grown last year. So they're all, I would put a 2018 on there because that's when they were harvested. But that doesn't, the number, when you see that on a package, it doesn't mean that that's when it's, that the seeds expired in 2018. That's when it was harvested. So that's all. Set those there for now, so they're out of the way. Found my cup. I often end up putting it someplace and then I lose it. Warm. Anyway, and that's Monkey in there. That's why I've taken to just stuffing him down my collar of my, usually I wear a hoodie, which you see I am, and I just stuff him down there, and his head just pokes out under my head, and it works out just great. So the two of us just wander around together. I got these wonderful pepper and salt, well, we'll see how wonderful they are. I haven't tried them yet, and so James will try them and see how much he wants on his food. I'm just going to have one of these apples. Hey.
Right.
So see if you can get that pepper to grind out of there, or salt. I don't put...
Okay. Let's see. It's pepper. Okay.
I didn't put any on yours. You just kind of snap it off.
Snap it?
No, not the whole thing. The top, see?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. No.
And then you hold it upside down and just grind. And today I've made James a king oyster mushroom omelet. Those mushrooms look beautiful. I hate cutting them up because they look so beautiful. They look like angel wings or something. Or maybe like corals.
Something underwater, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that works. I'm not going to put much salt on it.
You do whatever you want.
I think that's as good for my health as the pepper. Check this out.
So we got those given to us for free from...
Oh, that really comes out fast.
Okay. So that one comes out fast.
Yeah.
We know for next time.
Well, the grains in there are a little bit different than the grains in pepper. Yeah, okay.
But I'm very thankful for that, because I go through a lot of pepper. What's wrong, darling? Do you need a knife? Because I have a knife here.
Yeah,
I just used it for the mango.
Yeah, mango.
I don't need it anymore. Mango's done.
There we go. Okay, let's see. Science of this.
But yeah, I remember the first time I thought about getting into a mango, I thought this is too much work because I didn't know how to do that. But once you learn how to cut it that way, it's not a lot of work at all.
But I'm telling you, it's more fun just to munch into it. So we used to do it now.
Maybe so.
Well, we were kids. Right? It doesn't matter if you get messy.
Yeah, you get really messy.
Very much so. It's down your chin,
Yep.
down your neck, all over your hands, all the way up to your elbows.
Yep. Your mom must have loved that.
No! She didn't have to make us dessert. Whatever. We could just go out and pick them.
Yeah. So I'll see how many seeds I can get done packaging before the seed swap.
It's today, you said?
Yep,
Wow.
at 1. So
Okay.
I have a bunch of seed packages that I've stapled together just from recycling stuff, this morning. And I'll have to go print off some more tags.
When did you want to go?
I'll just
I
walk
presume you
over
wanted
to the
go-
library.
Oh,
I can do it there.
because I was going to go to UPS.
No, it's really affordable to print at the library. And then I can make them look really pretty, the tags.
You can get color in there.
Yeah. Because already people will probably be less inclined to take my seeds because they're in like old packages of whatever. I've saved packaging so that I could put seeds in from anything. It works out really great. And but they'll just look at it like, oh, this is just a bunch of garbage.
Maybe.
But the seeds are great. They grow. And some of my seeds, I spread too thick when I was drying them. And I thought, oh, this will be fine. I'll just put another layer drying them, and because oftentimes I'd have them too thin. But I did it too thick. And so then I'll be scraping it off, and I'll have a clump of like 10 seeds stuck together, and I can't get them apart. And, well, I could soak them and then spread them again, dry them. No. So I'm not going to do that. So I just put them in the packages like that. So if you get a clump of like 10 seeds, just plant the whole thing. That's what I would do.
And then you get 10
And then you get 10 plants come up all at once. And you can kind of pull them apart if the soil is moist. And just use like the end of a knife or the end of a spoon and pull them apart when you go to transplant them. Like, I just plant, I'll take a container, not one of these usually I use the croissant containers or whatever, but I put the potting mix in here, and that's how I sprout my seeds, is I'll just put like a whole lot of them in a container like this, and with the lid on. With the croissant containers are better because the lid's up. This one you would have to only fill it like that, just so you have some room for your plants to grow. But anyway, once the seeds sprout, you can take the lid right off anyway. And then I transplant them into their own containers after that, after I've already sprouted them. So just plant the clump of 10 seeds and then divide it out and plant them into their separate pots, and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And you don't even need to have the containers in the light. You can have them underneath the table, underneath the sofa, whatever. Until those seeds sprout, they don't need light. So, well, these don't. Some do. Some seeds actually do need some light to, I don't know why. Not all seeds germinate in the dark. That's actually not true when people think that. But most do. But yeah, but you'd have to really carefully, look every day and see if they're up, because once they're up, they do need sun. They need the light. So it's up to you though. If you're busy, you don't have enough time to clean off your table right now, but you need to get your seeds started, then, maybe just start the seeds and then clean off your table in front of the window or whatever. And so then in a few days, you move them up in front of the window. That's fine too. Also, I'm giving away some goldenberry seeds because I really think everyone in southern Alberta should be growing goldenberries now. I have plants that I brought in from last year, and I don't have enough space and window space to feed all of the plants the light that they need. But I brought in my goldenberries anyway that I'd grown last year, last summer. And I'd started them in December or January last year. And they're huge now.
They grow like weeds.
Incredible. And so I probably will lose a few because I just don't have enough light. I could put supplemental lighting, but we're poor, so I'm not gonna do that. It just wouldn't be worth it for us in terms of like what we could get back off of the plant, what we could harvest to put in that expensive supplemental lighting. So I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I gave goldenberry seeds. What I'm trying to say is that don't expect to get fruit. If you're starting them now, don't expect to get fruit. In fact, I wouldn't even plant these goldenberry seeds until maybe September. I mean, you have your window space wide open in September.
Still
in the
amount of
house.
sun.
And there's still a lot of sunlight. You could start them inside and grow them inside as plants this year. You could start them now and just keep them in the house. Why not, right? You have the window space. You could keep, if you want to keep that window open for the plants, like the light coming to them, then you could keep them inside and just grow them as house plants this year, and then next year move them out. But I wouldn't expect to, if you're going to start them now, I wouldn't expect to get any fruit off of them this year. You won't. So, because they need a long season. But I've been growing mine in the house. They're doing fine. I just need more light. So the ones that are near the window, they've covered the window with leaves. And they'll be okay. I might lose some of the ones that are at the back of the room. But if you have a sunny window, what I'm saying is you can grow the goldenberry in the sunny window. It'll do fine. They're doing fine. I haven't lost them yet. So, but there's still a couple months left to go before I can move them outside. So anyway, because I shouldn't have them out until the end of May.
You basically treat them like flowers then.
Well,
that's when you usually put flowers out. Right?
Yeah, it depends. Like some things you can have out earlier, but not like the tropical plants. That's when you'd put those out.
Yeah,
like,
we used to have those in
begonia
Africa, so that was barely in the tropics. So.
Yeah. But I was surprised how well goldenberries do here. Incredible. Just monstrous. At the end of the season, they were as big as me. And I had a hard time, like I had to let some of them die because I knew I didn't have enough room inside for all of them. And, but they were doing so well, I didn't have the heart to just let them die. So I brought them in. Sure enough, they're fine. Now, tomatoes, I found that doesn't work out. I've tried bringing some other things in, like when I was a teenager, I grew yard-long beans. The plants were amazing, and I didn't have the heart to leave them out, and so I brought a couple in, and they did not do well. It didn't do well at all inside, so that didn't work out. And tomatoes, I haven't had them work out. They can live for a while in your house until you can plant them out as seedlings, but they don't like to live in the house. I don't know. Not enough sun, I guess. They can really get stretched. But the peppers, like I've started peppers. The best I've done with peppers, food coloring on my hands from the eggs. The best I've done with peppers is when I start them at the end of the summer, like August or whatever, September maybe, in the house. So that's when I think is the best time to start peppers. You still get plenty of sunlight, and they have no competition for the light in the window if all you're doing is using your window space for planting seedlings. And then once you start your tomatoes and stuff in January, then you just move the peppers to the back a bit and the tomato little ones are at the front so they can get the light, and then it works out okay. And so that's when I've planted I had a habanero pepper, but I kept that one for a while. I started it in the fall, late summer like that, and then by the when I put it, I just kept it on the deck, and it had so many peppers on it. It was like a shrub. It was humongous, and it was just covered with peppers. And so I was like, this plant's too awesome. I can't leave it out here. So I brought it inside, and it lived, and I was able to bring it out for another summer. So I don't know how common that is. I don't know how long you could keep a pepper alive. I ended up killing it. So, but you might be able to keep it alive indefinitely if you have a sunny window and you stick it right in front of there. I don't know. So anyway, my nose is starting to run, so I think I'm done.